possibly one of the greatest short track races of all time, and of the two guys battling for the lead, neither of them won. Guess who did? Brad Keselowski. So for the first half of the race, also known as stages 1 and 2, there was a kind of a pattern emerging, and the pattern was that you'd have guys up front, and Chase Elliott would be about 5th after falling back on new tires when everyone else was on a new tire run, and then later in the run, Chase Elliott would continue to get up there, and then he'd end up winning the stage. So essentially, Chase Elliott had a really, really good long run car throughout the whole day, and that seemed to really help him in the end because a lot of people wanted to really go a full tire run before pitting again. And yeah, Chase Elliott had ended up winning both of the first 2 stages, and that was really good for him. Obviously, that's 2 playoff points. I don't think he'll really need those, at least, well, maybe later in the playoffs he will, but like round of 16, round of 12, probably won't need them. Round of 8, they'll probably be pretty big. I think Chase Elliott is going to be a legitimate championship contender. Like, I think it just keeps going wrong for Chase Elliott. Like, if he can get a couple of races to go right for him, he'll probably end up with 7 or 8 wins this year. Which, I mean, that'll be crazy, saying he only came into the year with 8. 7, actually, excuse me. It's 8 now. But yeah, I do think that Chase Elliott has had a very good long-run car really throughout the whole day, and that had gotten him up in the chase at the end. But before we talk about that, there's another thing that we need to talk about, which is a Ricky Stenhouse, Jimmie Johnson crash. So coming off the corner, Matt Kenseth had gotten a little loose and had to get on the brakes right in front of Ricky Stenhouse, and Ricky Stenhouse was right in front of Jimmie Johnson. And once Kenseth and Stenhouse hit the brakes, Johnson was not able to react quick enough and ran into the back of Stenhouse, sending him to the inside and sending the whole field spinning. Collected in that accident were, I didn't even know, Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, and Ricky Stenhouse. I think Daniel Suarez, maybe? I don't know. It was just a crazy, big old wreck. And, yeah. Funny thing there was, you had Ryan Preece and Matt DiBenedetto just Tokyo drifting down through the bottom of that. That was just crazy. That was funny. That was funny and fun to watch. Anyways, now we can get on to the last 10 laps of the race. So with 9 laps to go, Denny Hamlin was the leader until he got loose off the corner. And then Joey Logano did the same thing in the next corners, sending Denny Hamlin spinning into the lap car of BJ McLeod. That brought out the cautions. He had some extensive damage to the left side of his car. He was able to continue, but it was going to bring up a caution and set up a restart with only 5 laps to go. Chase Elliott and Joey Logano being the 2 guys fighting for it, and Brad Keselowski a little further back in 3rd place.
Only Bristol, babe.
So coming to 3 laps to go, Chase Elliott had the lead, and Logano made a great pass on the inside with a good drive off the corner there. Elliott still had some heat on the outside. He stayed there, but the next corner, Logano got him. And then coming down into turns 3 and 4, Chase Elliott dove really low on Logano, got loose, apparently blew a tire right underneath him. There you go, there's the touch from before that. That might have been what happened. And then they blew a tire. Chase Elliott blew a tire, wrecking in front of everyone, and Brad Keselowski would take the lead, and they would come to 2 to go there. And 2nd place was Clint Boyer. Great job by Clint Boyer. He came out of nowhere. He was 6th or 7th, I think, and then all of a sudden he's 2nd after that. 3rd place, Jimmie Johnson. Yes, Jimmie Johnson. He's been doing very well in races, just hasn't gotten the great finishes, been sitting back 7th or 8th. Jimmie actually got a good finish out of a good race this time. And really, there was still some people talking about the Stenhouse controversy. I think that was unintentional. I don't think that was any intentional thing, and I really don't think you can blame it on Jimmie. because they checked up right in front of him, and they were literally, like, touching bumpers already. I don't think there was much you could do to avoid that. But anyways, fourth place, Kyle Busch. That was a great drive by him. Really, he probably would have been second if he wouldn't have gotten slowed up by that whole incident. Because the whole Elliott incident, he was on the top. He had to dive low, and everyone else had to dive to avoid him. And he was just a lot slower. Fifth place was Erik Jones. Great job by him. He's been getting a lot of kind of like quiet top 10, top 5 finishes the whole day. He had actually gotten an incident with Kevin Harvick, the 4 car. He's the 20 car on lap 69. So nice. But yeah, like, that's your top 5. I'll go through a couple of more notable things. Obviously, Joey Logano and Chase Elliott. Logano finished 21st. Elliott finished 22nd. I mean, you've got to talk about that because, duh, they were the ones that wrecked. But they fell back almost an entire lap down after the whole thing. Even as an Elliott fan, I can definitely blame it on Chase Elliott. Logano was kind of an innocent bystander on that. He was on his outside, and when you blow a tire and you're on the outside, when you're on the outside of a guy who blows a tire, there's not really anything you can do to avoid it. It's gonna happen either way. So, you can put blame on Elliott. That's totally fine with me. I put the blame on Chase Elliott too. But yeah, trying to think. Like, Ryan Blaney had been doing very well. He was up, like, leading the race for the first, like, in the first stage. And then he wrecked out and finished 40th. He had spun off of a corner and just sat there, and yet somehow Ty Dillon was unable to avoid the bright neon green car sitting up at the top of the track that he had, like, 10 seconds to see and avoid. But, yeah, that's Ty Dillon for you. Anyways, just going to give a quick, like, rating of this race. I'm going to give it a 90. It's one of the best races that I've seen in a while. I think it deserves every bit of praise that it can get. It was, I mean, you had, like, short track beating and banging. You had, a big wreck that is just kind of a racing incident. I mean, you had, obviously, the great race for the win, and obviously Chase Elliott wrecking on the final couple of laps. Literally almost less than a mile and a half to go, Chase Elliott wrecks. But I still think that was a very, very good race. Very high-quality NASCAR race. This is what we need more of, especially short track racing. But anyways, this has been Half Elite Race Reviews, the Food City 500. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This has been Half Elite signing off. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. Speaking of which, I will be posting another video in 2 hours talking about the iRacing patch, the iRacing Season 3 patch update notes. Or not patch, release update. You get what I mean. The things that they're going to be changing in Season 3. There'll be a lot to talk about, and then a follow-up video of actually doing some of that stuff on iRacing, probably tomorrow. And I've got another special surprise for you guys coming on probably Wednesday. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This has been Half Elite signing off. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. I realized I just already said that. Who cares? Thank you guys for watching. Bye.